Well, hello, hello, hello. MOP fans, MOP fans.
What does that mean?
Mama O and Papa. I could call them Moppos, but Mop would be easier.
How about M&P fans?
M&P. Mop sounds easier.
No, but I think of mopping a
Mopping
floor.
the floor.
Or mop is your hair.
Let me know what you guys think about being Mop fans. Okay, and then CBX Live is coming Friday and Saturday. I'll be coming and going because I got to go sing a couple of times. Sing twice on Friday and once on Saturday, and going to meet an old class. Anyway, I'll be going in and out. But I found out what CVX stands for. It stands for Creator Viewer Extravaganza.
Oh, I thought it'd be extreme. No.
Yeah, but that's what that means.
Okay.
And also on the videos, most of the people that watch the videos only watch the first 4 minutes.
And how long is the
And they're
total?
usually 15, 20 minutes. And at the end of the videos is where we give our quote of the day, and I put up pictures and what else? Oh, original songs. I either put up my songs or my sister Judy's songs. So you could kind of skip through and get to the end so you can hear the quote.
Here's another way.
What?
Sometime during the total time, just say the code is 1382.
The code?
Yeah, and that means they got to go all the way through to find it.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know why people only watch the first 3 minutes, but there's a few of you that make it all the way to the end. I should give a prize for whoever makes it all the way to the end.
How will you find that out?
Good question. There is no way to know. Well, in the comments they'll say, "Oh, I like the pictures at the end and like that song. What song is it?" Or anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and this is from Ann Mangum, and she's the one that won the cassette tape last week. And her daughter got on and said, "Hi, this is Ann's daughter."
Yeah,
Says,
she said hello.
Hello. And what I say, hi?
Hi.
It's the same thing.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Anyway, as she says, her mom has taken ill and she wants prayers. And so if you guys could pray for her to recover soon. Says, "I know she values you and your family's friendship. She speaks of you and all your children and grandchildren so often." So she's asking for Mama O and her friends to say a prayer for her. And then she says she will help her watch the videos. So I would really appreciate that. And she doesn't say what's wrong. So Anne, I hope you're okay, and hope you're watching this. And I'll get that tape sent to you as soon as I get your address. Okay. And I hope you have a speedy recovery.
Your email address.
Her street address, so I can mail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she needs my email address. And then I send her the tape to her. Okay, anyway. Okay, Frank Janvari.
Janvari.
Yeah. And hello, Mama O. And I saw your hair videos and the new one. Do you still use your curling iron? Yes, I do. I still have all of them, and I do my curling iron. And she wants to know if I can do where I film where I do the curl with the curling iron. I'm trying to understand this. I may have to look it up. And then you pin it with a pin, with a hairpin.
No, that's how they did.
And
that's how they did in the 20s.
Was that
They curled it and then put a hairpin in it.
Yeah, that because they didn't have curling irons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think they just did it around their finger, and then
pinned it.
And then just pinned it to.
Yeah, so I'll have to figure out how to do that. And then once I figure it out, I will do a video
No,
on
I know
that.
that's how.
Yeah, it says, with hairpins or clips, please color pipe back.
And,
Okay,
and those days they didn't have clips. They always used
the hairpins. Yeah.
Now they call bobby pins.
Bobby pins.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, safety pin and bobby pin.
Yeah, safety pin. Yes, stick in diapers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do that, Frank. Okay. Why don't you read the next one?
Here?
Mm-hmm.
The Wagon Zoo.
Wagger.
Oh.
You usually correct me.
I know. The Wagger Zoo. Mama, what is your area doing to warn children about Wanda Barzee getting released from prison?
As if you guys remember back in 2002, Wanda Barzee, Elizabeth Smart was
that was the woman
was rescued. She was rescued, and I remember it because Jimmy Joe, the Action Lab, we just said goodbye to him at the MTC. That's the Mission Training Center where he goes on his mission for 2 years, and we were all sad and crying and just said our goodbyes, and we knew we wouldn't see him for 2 years. He was heading off to Cambodia for his church mission, and I remember turning the radio on and heard, they found Elizabeth Smart. And I go, oh, they found her. See, it's been 9 months, and I was thinking, oh, she's dead, for sure. I know she's dead. Okay. And then they go, she's alive. And we were just so excited. I know America just feels the same way about Elizabeth Smart. And then to have, to have Wanda Barzee, she got released today. I was watching it on the news, and Elizabeth is really upset about it, and people that live where she lives, they want out. They want to get out of their apartments. They don't want to be anywhere around her. Her sister talked on the news. Her sister's disgusted with what she did, and she's only been in for 5 years. And I haven't heard of anything. I guess there's some kind of a glitch in the law that allowed her to get out. And but
her question is about.
I know, to warn the children. I said I haven't heard anything about it, but the only thing we do, those that remember it,
I would say the largest percent don't know anything about it.
I know, large percent don't know, and the news it's been on the news, but some people don't know about it though.
Actually,
it's been 12 years.
With our technical all telephones, you can turn on. They all have GPS now, and you can turn on markers for registered pedophiles living near you.
And they said she is a registered pedophile, and for 5 years she'll be on parole and stuff.
That means they can do a lookup on her phone and see.
And I think the only thing they're doing to warn the children is the parents. The children don't know who she is. The parents, I know the parents remember because it was a real big news.
Yeah.
And I don't know what state. Where is she at? I wasn't even listening on the news. Well, you don't want her around, but I don't know. It's a scary thing.
Use your phone to see.
Yeah, to see where she's registered. That's right. Okay, Frank Milena.
Isn't he a regular?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, why don't you read that one?
Keeping the fair tradition alive. Happy anniversary. Fair food is always good. I like the necklaces. Did your sister
did
your sister like them?
Yeah, at first she could tell she didn't like them because they're kind of big. But I think she liked them after, because when you perform in front of people, you've got to go big.
It looks it's made of jade, and it's made by Native Americans.
Yeah, I bought them at the fair, and I know they're kind of large, but they just look really pretty. And like when you perform, you need to wear more makeup, heavier makeup, bigger hair. You need to wear flashier outfits because people can't see it. Wear darker lipstick and stuff. But she likes them now because people notice them. They say, "Oh, look, everybody's necklaces match. They're really pretty." And she finally did say that I done good. You done good, like in Nemo when his wife Fish says, "You done good." Okay, he didn't watch Nemo. Okay, no. That's out of his category. Okay, and also Frank wants to know. Says the necklaces look great, and talking about the wedding, whose backyard that was for the wedding, and that video went up yesterday, if I remember right, and it was my nephew's house. Stephen, and he had it looking so nice. He has such a pretty garden, and he made that mother-in-law house, built that on, and he just made it look really nice. And he just Frank wanted to know whose backyard that was. And says your family is fun. Yeah, they are fun. We do have a lot of fun together. Okay, looks like got another question here. Why don't you read that one?
Yeah, Daniel Lefko. Hi, Roseanne.
He's got a couple
For your question,
questions.
have you been to Australia? You can answer that.
I haven't. Have you?
Nope.
No, you
That's
haven't?
down under.
Is it? Down under what?
Well, they refer to Australia as down under because it's down south of the equator.
Okay.
And it's as far south probably as Alaska is north.
Oh.
And that's why they call it down under.
Is it cold there? Well, it's the opposite of what our weather is.
They just have the opposite seasons.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to Australia, and Daniel says you would love it.
But Australians have a kind of a British accent because it was settled by the British.
Yeah, says that.
And I think they were a colony.
Daniel would love to show us around if we ever did happen to go out there. I have my son-in-law went on a mission to Australia.
Which one?
Justin, and that's why he names his daughter Sydney, because he went to Sydney, Australia, and their firstborn daughter was named Sydney. And then I have a niece-in-law that is from Australia. She married my nephew, Ryan. But I've never been there. It sounds like it would be a pretty town, pretty place to go. And it says, were you born in 1955? Yeah. Yeah, so I did some good math from my birthday. And the Q&A, Ambry is 8 years old coming up. Yep, she'll be 8, and she's so excited because that's when we start doing our grandma dates. And Davy says I think she's more excited for the grandma date than she is for getting baptized. And she's got her pretty dress all picked out and everything. And that's all the questions we have, but I wanted to ask Papa O if he can remember the places he's been that you've traveled. He's traveled all over the place.
No, Roseanne exaggerates a lot. The world's pretty big, honey.
It's pretty big.
I've been all over the world. Let's say I've been some different kinds of trips and bike trips and Greyhound bus. I've been in maybe over half of the states. And
in the United States?
In the United States, yeah. And
over half, that's a lot. That's like 25 states.
Well, if you're riding on the bus, you go through.
That's true, and a bike, yeah.
And a bike trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to Asia Minor, which means Turkey and the Mediterranean. I've been to a lot of islands there. I've been in North Africa, just Morocco and Algeria, and I use my French to communicate there. With the Muslims there. And as far so I know Western Europe really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I never did go into Eastern Europe because in most of my time it was very hardcore communist, and it was not a good idea you could get visas.
So this was in what year? You said 40 years
middle 1960s.
Okay, 60s.
Yeah, and so I've traveled in and lived in probably 28 different countries in Western Europe. They do have places that are called city-states. A city-state is a place like the Vatican, or there's a couple more city-states. It means this. Andorra is one. Also, it's in the mountains of the Pyrenees, and it's a city and a country. When I say a state, I mean a country, a city and a country, and the same thing. So I've been to those. I've been to all the countries in the Scandinavian area, like Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and I've lived there a few months and picked up the Germanic Scandinavian languages really quickly, and I was able to converse in them after about a month.
Yeah, when he lived in Paris, you only wanted to speak French.
I never hung out with Americans just because I was out. My main interest was the culture and learning the language.
And the same with Italy. You refused to speak English for a year.
Well, refused to speak English means I hung out with Italians.
And
I proposed to 2 girls in Italy and promised I'd come back, and I never did. Because Roseanne was late for me.
Yeah, I had to grow up
and
a
I just
bit.
didn't know it. So it was my #1 passion, and I still is, let's say I got interested in the Latin languages, like that's Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, Catalan, and because they all come from one language, the Vulgar Latin, and so I got way interested in that.
Yeah,
because it meant I could hear, like when there was a show called The Passion, that was about Jesus being crucified. There's a scene in there where the Roman soldiers are talking about Jesus, and they actually used Vulgar Latin, which is what the Romans spoke. Vulgar Latin's meaning a low form of Latin that the common people spoke. And I was so excited because I was understanding most of what the soldiers were saying in Vulgar Latin. So, and it's kind of a weird thing to like in life. I don't have many people that go, wow, that's so cool.
They can't relate to it.
They're saying it, but they're actually saying, he is so weird.
Like, I can never discipline myself to do that.
There's no discipline.
I think so.
But
I just wanted them to know, about that. So we're gonna go ahead and.
I could talk about that forever.
I know, you could go on and on. Papa knows about like 10 languages and 24 countries you've been in. If counted.
I can carry on a conversation in it, I'll say I know the language.
Yeah, because he wouldn't claim it. And I'd say, if you know your way around a country, I would say you know the language. Like, if you can ask where a restaurant is, where a hotel, where the bathroom is, what kind of food this is.
Without even knowing the language.
I can't. No, I wouldn't know what to do. And then to keep those separate in your head, like French, German,
but
Italian.
I don't do that, because sometimes I'll be thinking of something, and right while I'm thinking, a word in another language will come in to say what I'm feeling, and I have to remind myself, was that French or Spanish I was thinking in?
Yeah, but you
so your brain gets mixed up which language you're
still
in.
Able to keep it separate. Yeah, you're still able to control it.
No,
like I said, I don't even know
actually,
if it's French or Spanish.
Let's say Portuguese and Spanish are so close. Portugal, it borders Spain, and so the countries are so close, so the languages are kind of similar.
So that's what Papa O did while I was growing up, because we have the 16 years difference between us.
But anyway, now if I speak Italian or Portuguese, I slowly start shifting into Spanish without knowing it. Just because of words. Some of the words are spelled identical, but pronounced different.
And you even dream in languages, don't you? You dream that you're in a country. Yeah, he has dreams about it. I didn't think he'd ever want to quit traveling.
The only dreams of being in a country is I lose my passport or my suitcase.
And you can't find me.
And I don't know how to get back home.
And you're always looking for me. He said, I can't
or
find
I'm just trying to get home.
Or trying to get home. But that's what goes on in Papa's mind. Okay, let's see what's going on.
It still goes on, too.
Still going on. All right. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react.
Whoa, that is so good.
That's a good one, huh? So how we react to it is, you hear the phrase, act, don't react.
I don't know if we've said this. If you're positive, you'll see opportunities instead of obstacles.
Yeah, we may have said that one. I usually check it out.
The one that's similar to that.
Yeah, it might be one similar to that one.
Well, this is kind of, I don't know if I'm making this one up. For every door that's closing in your face, there's another door that's opening.
That's true.
That's kind of...
Because you go back and look in your life and you think of opportunities that closed and you were so sad about it. And then what did come into your life?
Should I give an example of that?
Okay, do an example. Then it was much better.
I had a French degree in French from university, but I didn't have a job. And it paid really low. To be translator, forget it. They use perfectly bilingual people, been in both countries their whole life. So it's kind of not true when you say, "Oh, you can get a job as a translator." What you
wanted that so
bad. The
only
real jobs are being a counselor, where you're dealing with kids that are out of control and they're speaking another language. That's about the only kind of jobs. Or you can work in a fast food.
Anyway.
Oh, what were we talking about?
an opportunity where a door closed.
Yes.
And
So I worked in a grocery store for 20 years. I got my degree, and my
master's degree in French.
My grocery store was paying more than it would to teach the language.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got to a manager that did not like me. I was actually close to his age, and I think he was thinking, this old guy, he doesn't even belong in the grocery business. So he was always being rude, and I started hating it. And I was going to do it for a living because I was an assistant manager, so I was going to do it for a living.
Old guy, you were only 40.
Oh, well, as far as choosing what you're going to do in your life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And so, and that's a good point, too. So what I did is I went to the nearest community college. I looked at some papers about what job has the most openings per year and what's the average starting pay. And I looked at quite a few lists of things to study. And there was one called data processing. Mm-hmm. And I said, what is that? Yeah. And actually, now that translates into computer science.
Well, with the guy that didn't like you in grocery, you were slowly getting less and less hours, so you knew they were going to get rid of you. So that's why you started looking for another job.
So anyway, but my point here is that I was totally depressed because I wanted to be a manager. The managers make really good for a while.
At Albertsons?
No, well, I'm talking about
grocery store.
Any kind of manager in a grocery store makes that. And I went there. I started studying data processing. It's a 2-year degree. It's an associate's degree. And my very first job with my associate's degree, I applied at a computer company, and I didn't want to do it. I thought,
you went to school for 3 years.
Yes, but it was a 2-year diploma. I took 3 years because I was working and everything. And then I got to my new job, and then I thought they said, "Oh, come back when you get your degree." You
haven't quite graduated yet.
And I said, they're just trying to get rid of me. They didn't want to tell me to my face. And you said...
I said, you already don't have the job. Go. What's the worst that can happen?
So the following...
Go back, and they said come
spring,
back.
When I got my associate's degree...
They said come back.
They sent a letter and said, come on down for an interview. I did my interview, and they gave me 3 job offers. And they were starting me at the pay... The pay I had at Albertsons, they're starting their lowest pay, and the highest pay that
Albertsons highest. Yeah, so you escaped.
And actually, that was 1980, and so the highest pay was $8 an hour.
So it was a blessing to get.
So my point ties in that sometimes bad things happen, but
it booted you.
Just be positive and look for a good ending to your story.
Yeah, it booted. Oh, you didn't like Albertsons.
Well, except for I hated the time when a guy came in with a gun and held up the store.
Oh yeah, there's a robbery.
And when I've chased a guy down, running away with beer.
One was stealing a cake.
That's another story. But he hit me in the head with the beer bottle, and that customer, luckily, was right there following me, saying, "This guy's in trouble. I better go out and help." And we called him in.
Yeah.
And the other guy was running away with the birthday cake, and I couldn't catch him.
He was fast. He had that birthday cake in his hand, and he was sprinting.
I think it said, "Happy birthday, Mom."
The poor guy. He had to steal a cake
Happy birthday, Mom.
For his mother. Happy birthday, Mom. Oh, thanks, dear. Where'd you get the cake? No, I couldn't
catch him. He was running fast.
He wanted to make his mom happy.
We tried to cut him off in the neighborhood because he was cutting through backyards and everything with his cake in his hand.
Did you say, "Wow, you deserve"? I guess you deserve that.
No, I thought
you didn't drop it. He could have tripped.
Let him have
his cake and eat it too.
Okay.
Make sure you look for the rose in your life, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And good night. And keep those questions coming.